Welcome back to the Geelong Cricket Show here on Channel 31, a great city of GWLNG. Yes, the reigning premiers in AFL football. Just in case you might have forgotten, we just like to keep reminding you that we're still there until the end of 2010 at least. Turning our attention to the world of Geelong Cricket Association and representative cricket. Our special guest this morning plays for Thomson, the Thomson Tigers, sitting on top of the ladder in Geelong Cricket Association Division 2, and also has been captain of the Barwon Rockets under-21 side. Very good morning to Chris Strodds. How are you, Chris?
Very well, Graham.
The Tommy Tigers, as said at the introduction, you're all decked out in your fine new uniform for the season. I must admit, very impressed with the new club rooms out, the new paint job out the new club rooms last Saturday when I visited out there. And Godfrey Street Oval is in absolute magnificent condition. Must be great to be able to play cricket out there.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's absolutely pristine. I mean, last game the grass was about this long, so it made batting tough. But, yeah, it's definitely a great place to play cricket.
And last weekend, Thomson maintained their unbeaten record against Warren Ponds. It was a tough game when I was out there just before and after the tea interval. We had Skeen and Port from Warren Ponds seemed to be batting on well at that stage, and the wicket was showing, well, some very, very good signs of assisting the batsman. But your later order effort after the tea interval got you back in and won the game. So Adrian Saltalamakia, good old Salts, will be still very happy with the win.
Yeah, he was pretty pleased with the win, as were we. It's always a tough game against Warren Ponds. They haven't won yet, but they've been very competitive in all games, and we knew that it wasn't going to be an easy game. It was very competitive all the way through. It could have gone either way at various stages in both weeks, but either side had the upper hand. But in the end, we just got over the line in the end.
Chris, we've had a few guests in from GCA Division 1 and asked them about the standard, and they say it's improved this year. Obviously, your second year with Thomson. Do you think the standard's improved as well in Division 2?
Yeah, most definitely. I've been playing Division 2 cricket for about 5 years, I believe, and yeah, you can't compare the standard now to what it was back then, especially lower down. There's no easy beats. A few years ago, you could probably pencil in a few wins already just looking at the draw, but these days you can't take anyone lightly. And quality players coming down from Division 1 always helps out. I'm sure that the better teams in Division 2 would be more than competitive in Division 1.
The Barwon Rockets last Sunday, Chris, under your captaincy, congratulations again on achieving that position. Took part in a game against South East down at the Frankston Peninsula area. How'd you find the ground, first of all?
It was a belter. It was the best ground I've ever played on. The pitch was probably like this table. Nothing in it for the bowlers whatsoever. Flat outfield, small, just a batting paradise. And
what was the result of the game?
We went down in the end. The very close game there. We batted first. We made 260, largely through an amazing 130 odd from Ryan Mills from Newcombe. It's a sensational knock with a few 30s chipped around. People chipped in around him. We thought that would be enough runs, and we thought that even more. We got a wicket the first ball of the innings. Andrew Ross got a bloke caught behind there, 1-0. We thought, oh, this is going to be easy. We'll be home by 3. But it wasn't to be. We got another quick wicket, had him 2 for 6, and then 2 guys put on a 220-run partnership. Looked like they were going to get them over the line by themselves, but eventually they both got out when they needed roughly 30 runs to win. 8 wickets in hand, 10 overs. Thought they were going to romp home, but we fought back really well. They went from 2 for about 230 to a stage where they had 2 wickets left, needing 8 runs to win. We fought back really well. Tim White came back on for a second spell and bowled amazingly. He got tapped around a bit for his first couple of overs, then came back and turned his figures of 1 for 32 into 5 for 32 in a couple of overs. We got one more wicket when the scores bowl off if we got that last wicket, but they scampered through for a single and we lost the game. But it was an amazing effort to fight back. In the end, dropped catches probably cost us.
Obviously not the result you're after, Chris, but it must have been a huge honour to get to lead that Barwon under-21 side, something that I don't know how many sides you've captained in your career, but you've been in a few representative sides, but to step up and actually lead a group of really talented players from around the GCA, and also you had a guy in from Colac as well, must have been a big honour.
Oh, it was huge. I was pretty humbled. And there's some excellent cricketers in there, people that have played down at Geelong, people that have been playing Division 1 first and doing really well. Yeah, I was thrilled to get that honour. Pretty disappointed that we couldn't get the win first up. I think on paper we were probably a much better team than them, but that's the way it goes.
One of your assistant coaches was the guy that you work with, and he's also your coach out at Thompson, Sean O'Neill. What's it like working with a guy who, I think Sean's relatively young, probably on the coaching role out at Thompson, taking on a role as well with the under-21s? What's it like to work with a guy pretty similar in age, and obviously that you're normally with your club as well with Thompson when you're playing in a rep side? Yeah,
it's fantastic. Sean's a great guy, very good head on his shoulders, quality batsman. He'll be an absolute star. His leadership written all over him. I got a lot of advice from him leading up to the Barwon game in terms of captaincy. I work with him, so I see him quite often training at work on Saturdays. We get along pretty well, and yeah, it's great fun playing with Sean.
Part of the O'Neill dynasty out there at Thompson Land, and Sean O'Neill, we've given you a plug, so to the Thompson players, yes, it's still worth a $20 fine to Sean, and make sure Dad Mick make sure that one's enforced, Chris. Now, Chris, 4 weeks ago, you were captain of the Victorian Colts side that played an under-19 Sri Lankan side. That must have been yet another experience for you as far as a cricketing experience and leadership role.
Yeah, I wasn't captain of that side. I was just playing in it. But, it would have been a great day, but unfortunately we got washed out. Oh. So, took the trip up to lovely Frankston to sit around and watch the rain come in for a few hours. Met Aravinda De Silva, though, which was nice. Had a good lunch. Got my shirt and went home. But yeah, it was a huge honour, regardless of the fact that we didn't actually get to play, and one that I'll always remember it.
How much is the group still hurting out at Thompson from what happened in last year's grand final? Obviously, you went in as heavy favourites. Is that something that's spurring you on this year as you look to go one better and obviously take out the title and then potentially push towards promotion to Division 1 as well?
Yeah, most definitely it hurts. We're trying to move on from it and not focus on that so much, but it's definitely at the back of all our minds. We really don't want to get in that position again where we lost 2 games for the year. We lost round 1, we lost the grand final. But our aim is ultimately to get into Division 1. I think we very narrowly missed out on getting promoted this season. But at the moment, we're ticking all the right boxes. The club's going along really, really well off-field, juniors, everything's coming together. As long as we keep winning games, hopefully we can get that first flag that we've been aiming for and the promotion.
Chris Strodd's our special guest on the Geelong Cricket Show as we go to a break and be back after this.
We are Geelong, the greatest team of all. We are Geelong.